Can you actually create 30 Canva designs in 5 minutes? Before, I would not have believed it, but oh, how the times have changed. In today's Canva tutorial, I'll show you exactly how to bulk create your graphics in Canva in under 5 minutes. Ready? Let's do this. Hi, my lovely people, it's Natalia and welcome back to my channel where I help you create better content and grow on social media. And I've got an exciting one for you today. I'll show you how to batch create your social media graphics literally in minutes using Canva, and honestly, get ready to have your mind blown. We're using the Canva bulk create feature, which is a recent update that most people either A, don't know about yet, and B, do not use to its full potential. I'm going to teach you how to generate multiple quick tip graphics to explain how to use the bulk create feature, and then we'll move on to the more advanced way of using it to create Instagram carousels. I've also included a bonus tip, so make sure to watch this video till the very end. Plus, you'll also learn how to use AI, specifically ChatGPT and Canva itself, to help with the process. All right, let's jump straight to the editor. Design number 1, quick tip graphics. Now, I've chosen to show you how to create a bunch of quick tip graphics because it's the perfect way for you to understand how the bulk create feature works. That being said, you can use it to create quote graphics, bust myths, share lists, bullet points, Twitter style posts, testimonials, basically anything that is kind of formulaic and can be simply filled with text. Let's start by creating a list of actual tips you want to share on your profile. My example graphic here is for an interior designer, and since I'm definitely not one, I'm going to use AI to generate those tips for me, but of course, feel free to draw up your list yourself. Here, I want to show you 2 different tools you can use, Canva Magic Write and ChatGPT. Starting with the latter, let's go to chat.openai.com and you can set up your account for free if you don't have one. I'm just going to log in. And now that we're in, we can start talking. ChatGPT is basically an AI language model which was trained on a large amount of text data. And this means you can have full-on conversations with it on a wide variety of subjects and ask it to perform so many different tasks for you. If you'd like me to create a video on how to use ChatGPT as a content creator, just let me know in the comments down below. All right, here at the bottom, we have a bar to type our prompt. And I'm going to say, generate 30 home design tips for a minimalist, elegant interior designer's Instagram account. And then I need to just press enter. As you can see, I gave it details about how many tips I want, what the tips should be about, and I've also added details about who the person is and what platforms they use. So an interior designer that is on Instagram with a very minimalistic and elegant style. This ensures that the tips are a little less generic, but of course you can optimize the prompt even further and really make sure those tips are going to work for who you are and who your audience is. All right, we now have a list of tips that I really like, but I actually want to show you something. I think at this stage, ChatGPT is quite trained because I keep asking it for longer answers. But when I was preparing for this particular video, I've asked it previously to generate those answers for me, and it gave me very short, snappy tips. So the first one is keep it simple and clutter-free, which if you take a look at this Canva design, it actually requires a few more words. That's why I went back and actually asked it to make them 18 to 20 words. That was a little bit better, but still not long enough. So then I asked it to actually generate 23 to 25 word tips, and that was much, much better, much more tailored to that particular design. So that was fantastic for me. And just know that you can actually ask it to provide you with longer or shorter, very specific answers. Let me show you how you can do the exact same thing using the Canva Magic Write tool. First, go to the homepage and open up a new doc from this icon in here. And first, I'm going to either click on the plus sign that shows up on the left from my line in here, or just press a / like this. And as the first suggestion, we have Magic Write. Once you click on it, a box pops up and you can use it to generate whole paragraphs of text. You can generate lists, headlines, or titles. You get the drill. Let's generate ideas using the same prompt here. And as you can see, Canva's done a pretty great job here as well. And my recommendation here would be to go over these tips, add a bit of your flair to it so that it's uniquely yours, because at the end of the day, both of these tools are AI models, and if someone else feeds them a comparable prompt, they may generate something very, very similar to those. So just something to keep in mind while using AI tools. All right, so we've got the tips. Now it's time to use the bulk create feature. Let's get back to the design. And before we generate our graphics, I want to give you a little tip for an even more seamless process. Grab the longest tip you've got. So it's going to be this one for me, I think. Copy it and use it as a placeholder for your design. That's going to show up with a number, but I'm just going to delete it. And this way you can actually just make sure that it's nicely centered. And when you generate all of your other designs, it saves you a lot of time with potential cleanup. Now choose the apps tab from the left panel in here, scroll down, and right in here, you can find bulk create. And as you can see, you can upload CSV, which is great for more elaborate data files, or if you have an existing spreadsheet that you want to use. I will show you this option in the second portion of this video when we create our carousel. But for now, since we only have a simple list of tips, I'm going to enter that data manually here. As you can see, we have this table right here. I can just click clear table down at the bottom in the left corner and simply paste my copied list of tips into the first cell. We have all the tips here now. I can just name this column tips and we can hit done right here at the very bottom. Now we need to connect the data to the elements. I only have one data field here. So what I want to do is to connect those tips to a specific place that I want that text to show up in. And that's this block right here. You can right click on it, select connect data, and then choose the data point. So that's tips in this case. As you can see here, our placeholder changed into tips, and we can go ahead and hit continue down at the bottom here. Now confirm that all of these tips are what you want, and let's generate the 30 pages. Canva creates a new bulk design for you as a separate project, so you don't have to worry about losing your original. It's still very much here, but as you can see, it was generated within minutes. You have all of your tips in here. All 30 of them. They look very good. And of course, this is a tutorial, so I've been explaining all the steps for you carefully. But when I used it like this myself, it literally took me 4 minutes to create all of these graphics. And the best part is it doesn't even have to be 30. It can be 50, it can be 70, or even 200 pages, since that's the limit for one design currently. And honestly, how cool is that? You can keep a running list of your favorite quotes you stumble upon while reading. You can create lists of tips. You can have ideas, great reviews that you're getting from your clients, and gather them all in one place so you can simply generate a bunch of designs from them every few weeks and always have something to post. Now, should this be how you create content from now on? Obviously not, but if you use content like this strategically and sprinkle it throughout your posting plan with a mixture of other quality posts, it will definitely help you speed up your workflow and potentially help you post more. Okay, let's move on to the more advanced way of using bulk create, because I want to stir your imagination and help you squeeze as much as you can from this feature. So let's create a bunch of carousels, shall we? If you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button and consider subscribing too. It really helps the channel grow and I can create more videos like this for you. And of course, if you're serious about leveling up in Canva and using it for your social media and business, make sure to check out the link in the description box and sign up on the waitlist for my upcoming Canva course. Design number 2, carousel. Perfect. Here's my simple carousel design, staying with the theme of an interior designer. And as you can see on the first page, I have a hook and a sub headline in here. And then I have a text block with a sub headline as well for each of these tips, finishing off with a call to action page. With a simple carousel design like this, I can quickly generate multiple designs using the bulk create feature too. Take a look at this spreadsheet I created. We have columns corresponding to all of these elements that I've just mentioned, leaving the last call to action page intact. So we have the sub headline and hook for the first page in here. Then we have hook 1 and tip 1 for the first page, then hook 2, tip 2 for tip number 2, and hook 3, tip 3 for tip number 3. I've used ChatGPT to generate these for me here too, asking to elaborate on the previous tips it gave me. I asked for hooks for each of the first 5 tips and then prompted it to elaborate further and give me 3 tips for each of these subjects containing 20 to 23 words each. I then refined all of the results. They work well in a carousel format, and it was of course a lot more work, but remember, we're creating more value dense content here, so it's natural it's going to take more time and effort. I highly recommend you actually create the content for the carousels yourself, because it's your expertise that you should be showcasing on your Instagram profile and not just randomly generated ideas in full. I would definitely use bulk create on its own here without relying on AI so heavily, but since I'm still not an interior designer and I need to create the examples for this video quickly, ChatGPT came to the rescue and let it be a testament to what it's actually capable of. All right, let's save this spreadsheet as a CSV file. And by the way, if you don't have Excel, you can definitely use Google Sheets to do the same thing and download the CSV from there too. Let's go back to our carousel design, and from the apps tab in here, let's go down to bulk create again, and let's hit upload CSV. I'll choose the carousel, and as you can see, we have more data points to connect here, so let's do it one by one. Now, the first subheadline in here, let's click on it, right-click, connect data, and then hit subheadline. It's changed, so let's go to the hook, connect data, hook. Let's do that for the rest of the text. I'll do the texturize in here, connect data, hook 1, that's for tip 1, and then I'm going to connect data for tip 1, and I'll finish off quickly off screen, and you can see what it looks like in a second. Okay, I have all of my data points connected. And by the way, this is why it's so important to name your columns correctly so that you know exactly where each data point belongs. And now that I'm done with the last one, I'm going to leave the last page untouched, but of course you could easily customize this text as well for each of the carousels. Let's hit continue at the bottom in here, confirm that everything's correct, and let's generate my 5 new pages. And would you look at this, we have all of our pages generated like this. It even leaves your last page, so it's all in order as well, which makes it so much easier. And of course, since there's more text being inserted here, now I need to clean up each of them. So I'm going to move this one here like this. Maybe I'm going to just make it a little bit smaller, just like that. And I'm potentially going to kind of move it up so that it's nicely balanced. The margins are there, but so far, so good. As far as I can see, these ones are fantastic. Perfect. We have 5 carousels ready to be scheduled for the weeks ahead, making the content creation process so much easier and so much quicker. I wouldn't be myself if I didn't include an extra tip for you guys. So on to the promised bonus. Here's another design. This time it's a testimonial. And did you know that you can use bulk create to generate multiple designs in minutes with images as well? And yes, it's super easy to. First, upload all the image you want to use to Canva. So from here, I have all of my Harry Potter characters, just like this. I'm just going to upload them here. Okay, when I go to bulk create again and enter data manually, I have a list of names that I can just paste. I'm going to go Control or Command V. That's pasted for me. I'm going to skip the testimonials just for the demonstration, but from here you can add an image column. I'm going to now search for the media. So this is actually something that it pulls up from first within your folders, and then you actually down here have all of the uploaded files. You can of course go to search. I can go for Hermione in here, and I'll keep on adding those images. Once you have all of your images selected, click done. And now let's connect the data points to the design elements. For the image, let's right click on it, connect data, and that's going to pull up only the image tab. Then we can connect the name. So name, connect data, and name. From here, I'm going to click continue, check that everything's all right, and generate 6 pages. And now you have a bunch of social media posts created literally in minutes and with different images too. How cool is that? Let me know what you think of this new Canva feature. I'd love to hear if you're going to use it to speed up your own content creation workflow. Next, head on over to this playlist right here to watch even more super fun Canva tutorials. And if you really want to master Canva for social media and business, check out the link in the description box and sign up on the waitlist for my upcoming Canva course. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I have more Canva, more tech, more AI tutorials so that you can learn even more, and hit that like button for good measure. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.